It's sorry about the powder on my lips. Um that don't powder donuts. Oh, they were so delicious, but they leave a stain on your lips and everything like that. So, how's everybody doing today? I know yesterday was Independence Day for the United States and stuff, and we stayed home and stuff because I didn't know how she was gonna react and everything, and people didn't want to leave the house. They wanted to stay home. It was hot and everything, and then it rained and everything and stuff. And it's just been one thing after another. We've been sitting up here trying to do things, different things with her and stuff. And I just noticed that her support system is shrinking and stuff. People leaving and stuff for no reason and everything. I don't understand it. Um, but anyways, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit up there and cry about it and stuff. It's not me that I'm concerned about. It's my daughter. She does not know how to manage or tell me about her feelings about her AAC device. Um, she's hurt by it and stuff. The people that I used to talk to and everything, they just gave up and just went their separate ways and stuff. And a lot of it has to do with my brother sitting up there getting on live and stuff, talking about her and talking about me without facts. Um, I'm gonna say this: my daughter is getting the help that she needs. Okay, if this brother or sibling of mine wants to know what's going on, all he has to do is pick up um, Facebook, unblock me, and sit there and ask me questions instead of her assuming that she's not getting the help she needs. All I did was made a post that she's having behavior issues and stuff. And I'm getting the help and the training that I need for her and stuff, and she's improving and stuff. We still got ways. There's still gonna be behavioral issues and stuff. But anyway, I'm just sick and tired of people going with the narrative that she's not getting help. She is getting the help that she needs. And on Wednesday we go to the sleep clinic to for preparation for a desensitization test. And then on December 14th, she goes for the sleep apnea test. So it's gonna be a busy week this week. I got back-to-back appointments on Tuesday, so there will be no live and stuff. I'm doing the best that I can to try to stay on here and stuff and try to do the lives to update you guys on things. It's getting kind of hard to do with different appointments that she has and stuff. There's people blaming me on Facebook and stuff. Um, but we are getting the help. I've got the help that I need. I'm not toxic. I'm not the villain here. And it just seems like stuff from the past is creeping up. And I feel like it should have been dealt with before me and my other siblings were born. That's how I feel. But blaming the current siblings for your misfalls and your downfalls is not a good thing to do. And then to put my daughter and her father into the mix of it, it just made my blood boil to a point of no return. This man has his downfalls and not doing what he's supposed to be doing and stuff like that. But I'm going to say this. Why is he brought up in your videos? He's done nothing to you and stuff. And I know people don't want to hear about it, but it's just been bothering me all day yesterday. And I wanted to get on live and stuff, but I couldn't. I was busy with her and trying to get her to calm down because people were letting off fireworks. So they're not supposed to be letting off fireworks. But am I going to snitch and tell them? No. Let's let them get caught by themselves. I'm pretty sure the landlord will sit there and send out letters and stuff about getting fined and stuff like that, which I think is stupid. I feel people should be allowed to let off fireworks. Next Sunday is going to be the anniversary of Greg Jr.'s birthday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on live to talk about him without crying. I still miss my brother and stuff like that. Who doesn't? But the lies and misinformation that's coming on the web pertaining that my mom sacrificed her son, that's not true. A mother knows when their child is going to leave this world. How's that sacrificing their kid? That's not. Um, he drowned with some friends at the Mad River. And,
Text message.
it's been a bumpy road and stuff. My daughter is going to have to get to know who he was, what he was about and stuff, and have to tell her in her terms and in her world because she won't understand right now. But he was a good kid. I believe with all my heart he would be in the NBA because this kid was good at basketball and stuff. His life was cut short. He was 17 when he drowned. I was 19 years old when I lost my brother. We're 3 years apart. That day I lost my best friend. Um, I'm just trying to understand some things and stuff. Hold on, guys. Let me see what she's doing. Okay, I'm back. You know, that's the day that my best friend's birthday's on. So how am I going to celebrate her birthday and try to not cry on that day? I didn't even know that it was Alyssa's birthday on the 12th of July. That's when he passed away, 2005. Yeah, it's many years ago, but it still bothers me a lot. A lot of questions, a lot of the unknown. You know, the why of all places would you take your best friend to a river to swim knowing he couldn't swim? That's one question that comes to mind. Um, I want to do something special for my brother, but I don't know if the younger siblings would be or want to do anything together in honor of Gregory. Um, he was a loving, caring person. He could cook, he could clean, he can do all those things, but he no longer can do those things. You know, for somebody, and when we was in school, people didn't even know that me and him were brother and sister. People thought that Marcus Cox was my brother. No, Greg Jr. was my brother and stuff. And having that really encouraged me to go on and do great things and stuff, and live life to the fullest. One day I'll get to see him again. Hopefully that's in no time soon. But um, you know, it's just hard to digest somebody who can be just so bitter and just so hateful that they want to see people hurt. I don't want to be that type of person because it's not healthy at all. It's not healthy for your health. It's not, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You're going to damage yourself. Um, yes, things happened in the household back in the day that I feel that needs to be corrected. Okay, number one, the reason why I know for facts that my older sibling got kicked out of the home back in 1987 was because he's being disrespectful. Do I agree with my father kicking him out? No, I don't. I think my mom should have been the one that kicked him out. That's what my brother's pissed off about. And the lie that he said that my mom's never apologized to him, my mom has apologized to all of her kids, including him. He just doesn't want to accept her apology, which is okay because he has to sit up there and stand up for God. He's not godly, y'all. All he's doing is saying all this stuff, and and then carrying on this stuff, try to get people to sit there and be on his side and hate me, Kobe Johnson, London, and my daughter, which is what is happening which is what is happening right now. I didn't do anything. I'm the one who sat there and gave him money. I'm the one who sat there and listened to him boohoo and cry about him not having any money and stuff like that. I'm the one who sacrificed my time. But then you get online and you want to sit there and say that I didn't sincerely help you. I did this out of the kindness of my heart. Okay? And it would be nice to sit there and have a conversation with you, but I can't because you got me blocked. And I agree with the person that said on your live that you need to go to people in private and talk to people. How are you supposed to do that when you're blocked? My brother got in trouble back in the day because he got in trouble. Not because of my mother, not because of my father, not because of me, not because of my other siblings. Then get on social media and tell my business about my story that I shouldn't have to tell anybody about being SA'd. RAPE. Yes, that is true. But the matter of fact of it is, I'm not mentally a 16-year-old in a 40-year-old body. That right there is a lie. No doctor has diagnosed me that way. None whatsoever. You cannot be highly favored by God sitting up or praying down on people's downfalls and stuff and laughing and giggling about it. That's not Christian like. Sorry. I'm not perfect or anything, but I'm sick and tired of people being the narrative of praying down people's downfalls and stuff, laughing about it and stuff. That stuff can come back and fall on you. I believe that. You know, I'm the one that has to sit up there and deal with her having meltdowns and stuff. You don't. You don't understand that she has meltdowns and everything. It's not tantrums, y'all. I know the difference between meltdowns and tantrums. Um, the crying because she misses my older brother and stuff. The crying that she misses other people and it hurts me to see her that way. But I'm gonna continue this rant or whatever you want to call it later on because she's upset right now and I need to go tend to her. Sit there and subscribe. There's a lot more that I need to get off my chest, and you guys will know the truth, not the fake facts, just to get subscribers and stuff. I don't do that. Hi, Katrina. How you doing today? You know, people will ask questions, especially family members, will ask questions to find out what's going on instead of making false accusations about me and stuff. And I had to deal with the school with their false accusations of me pulling my daughter's hair when they know for facts that they pulled my daughter's hair. Yes, CPS and the cops got involved, detectives got involved, but they didn't. The cops didn't come and talk to me. Um, they talked to the school, and I'm pretty upset with the results. They lied and said they didn't pull my daughter's hair. I know for facts they pulled my daughter's hair. My daughter no longer goes to that school district. Um, I basically pulled her out and got her in a different school district, and she's doing good and stuff. The aides are treating her right and stuff. I'm doing everything I can for my kid without people's help. You know, she has her good days, she has her bad days. I have my good days, I have my bad days. But yesterday was a good day for her, and I'm happy for her and stuff. And I'm gonna get off of here and go tend to her and stuff. And I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you guys subscribe because it's gonna be good. Bye.